Welcome to another episode of Two Ales and Hockey Tales with Wally. And today I am so excited to have on a 32-year-old from Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Go Moose! His hockey journey has taken him to the USA, Hungary, Germany, Herning, Denmark, the Shed in Canada about 37 times, and he is set to return to the old honey hole, Cardiff, Wales, for the first time since punting his bucket to the rafters after bringing home the playoff championship. After having the best save percentage in the EIHL and becoming an EIHL second team all-star like yours truly, he has become a legend with pretty near every team he has thrown on the pillows for, the Portland Winterhawks, the Harvar of Hungary, where the worldwide Twix throwing began. Beautiful Whitewater, Germany with the Lausitzer Fuchse. And Herning, Denmark launched thousands of Twix at him and set the bar for the upcoming season opener. And if you want to compete with our Devils, let's play. Welcome back to the Shed, Mac Carruth, and a new Shed gal.
Collins. Yeah, Collins. Just crushing it. I think we got a tooth coming in, so we'll see how long she lasts.
You look like a natural there, just swinging the knee back and forth, you know? Cool, calm,
Oh
collected.
yeah.
Jeepers, you're really diving
Yeah.
right into this dad thing.
Yeah. A little easier than she makes it easy, so she's
Well,
pretty
she
chill.
seems like a good baby.
Yeah.
So, how's the adjustment been being a pro hockey player with a baby? Because I went through that.
Uh
It's different, isn't it?
yeah, it's a bit different. Um, but it's been pretty straightforward, pretty smooth, so no complaints.
So
I
I
think the
guess,
first 2 months I was just in full blown just survival mode, so can't really say, but
well, the sleeping patterns definitely change when especially if they're teething now. But hey, it's the off season now, eh?
yeah, this we got a flight home, so like a 10-hour travel flight all the way to Salt Lake, and then a quick puddle jumper to Jackson. But that Amsterdam to Salt Lake trip is going to be an adventure.
Oh yeah, the flight once you have kids and the flights back and forth across the pond, you could call it. They're exhausting days, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
At the end of the day, it's just one day though, so
Right.
you can get through with it.
When I knew it was over for me, actually, well, I knew because my knee was done, but the flight back when we had like 37 hockey bags of shit, my as soon as we got on the plane, they said, "Oh, you got a lot of stuff. You can check something else for free. Why don't you put it underneath?" So we threw a bag underneath, so we didn't have to carry it. Happens to be my daughter's clothes. She projectile vomits all over the seats when we get on the
Oh
plane
no.
and then threw up the whole way to Canada. And I like sat in the back in the stewardess seat while she just like threw up on me the whole way. Fun
Oh
times.
geez. Yeah,
Um,
I hope that doesn't happen, but like
I
my
feel like
my
since
wife's in
I met
charge
you
of all
though,
the bags, so
yeah, she's helping you out, isn't she?
yeah, yeah, she crushes it pretty much on most things.
I see her wandering around in the back. She still hasn't really come to the shed yet, you know? She's gonna have to get involved.
No, no, she's probably have to get the dog here shortly, but
I she can't hear me because she got the headphones on, eh?
yeah, everyone says hi. She waved.
So anyways, we should talk about this. You're going back to Cardiff.
Yeah, going back to Cardiff. Yeah, everything, the stars aligned.
And I looked at who they've announced so far, so I guess there we can't talk about much if not much is announced yet, but I'm thinking you're gonna
Yeah,
have a goalie partner, and I hope he has a tramp stamp.
yeah, I don't know. I can't confirm or deny. Apparently, they bleeped out my interview. I didn't know that until afterwards. So, um, yeah, I think we'll have a pretty good little tandem, and just excited, honestly, for the year. And like the guys that they have announced are pretty exciting going forward. So, and I
Well, I
think they
got
have a
research
few more
team has
studs.
who they announced here. So Riley Brandt, who is the fan favorite again this year, he came to the shed and he is an absolute gamer. And I find it interesting because the Devils like to announce someone that really gets the juices flowing over there first, like the goat usually. And they announced that fella, and like he's a fourth liner that just mucks her up right, eh?
Oh yeah, he does that. He's a good team guy. He was there when I was there. I think he came a little bit later in the year when I was there. But just a all around good dude. His family's awesome too. His mom and dad I've seen a few times now, and just good Canadian people.
Yeah, yeah, the Devils seem to really have taken a shine to the old man. I've noticed too on all my devices.
Yeah, Bubba Brant.
Yeah, and then the other guy was your teammate in Herning, and I believe you told me he was your neighbor and that he should come to the shed. And then I get busy here in shed headquarters, but I have not reached out to him yet. But Brett Perlini, who was just on Team GBA.
Yeah, and he has a son right around her age, like maybe a week older than she is. So
Oh, that'll be nice for you guys then.
yeah, perfect little setup there. You might have some friends finally. Hey, they can speak English. Who knows? Um,
So you are still in
but
Denmark, eh?
yeah, we're still in Denmark, and yeah, so 29th. But yeah, Pearls was my teammate here, and then he was my teammate like my first year pro in Toledo as well. So
Oh,
we've been together couple times.
it's nice having some familiar faces around, but it's nice going back to a place you've been and know, eh?
Yeah, yeah. Um, kind of know the ropes now, right? So it'll be a little bit less of a whirlwind the first couple of weeks. And then fortunate enough to like stay. We have a house already kind of set up. So
Oh, that's nice. So you just
yeah,
went back there, right? Because you said when I tried to fire this up a couple days ago, you said you were going to Cardiff.
yeah. I went to drop like almost the exact same circumstances when we came here. Like I came here with a few bags to drop off, so we didn't have as many to travel like back and forth with over the big long haul, right? So
Hmm.
and that's a little weird because we go to into a small airport, so we have to get in Salt Lake. We have to get all our bags from like customs, um, and then carry them through customs, and then put them back like on a conveyor belt.
Oh,
So
for
we
the
have to like
puddle
pick our
jumper.
bags up twice.
Hmm.
Yeah, which is brutal to like go through customs with a 16 hockey bags, like you said.
I do know. And you're bringing back memories from moving from Denmark to Cardiff because
Oh,
I
don't I
had
know it?
uh, I had Colby, and he was a toddler when we were in Denmark. Then we win the championship. They asked me to kindly leave. Whatever. I'll move on, right? um,
Yeah, that's what you gotta do. You just gotta move on.
that's right. So then I end up hooking up with Cardiff, and I had left Denmark and I don't know where I'm going, but I'm assuming it's going to be somewhere in Europe. So we left all our stuff in the apartment and just headed back to Canada. And then shout out to Jetta in Voyance, Denmark, who got us set up with like a cube van and packed all our shit and sent it to Cardiff, and it arrived right at our door, a full truckload of crap from Denmark. So thanks, Jetta, right? Takes everybody to win.
That's super nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hmm. Anyways, I'm excited. So, the Twix thing, right? You and my college
Yeah.
roommates fired up in Fehérvár, Hungary, and then we bring it to Cardiff, Wales. When you first come to the shed. Now you've been here like 37 times. We got fired up in Herning, Denmark. They were selling Twix out of your caboose. They set the bar that night you were up for the shutout record. They set the bar with thousands of Twix. I say, Peter, doesn't matter who the goalies are, but I would say Mac should probably play his home game coming back, the season opener in Cardiff. Not telling you what to do as a coach, but I'm telling you what to do. Um, and then when you guys win, I think we should compete with Herning, and we should see if we can get more Twix thrown on the ice than what happened in Herning, Denmark that night. Don't
Yeah, it'll
Devils
be
fans like to compete? I mean, you want them to
they,
play
I
hockey better than you? Come on, right? Let's throw.
yeah, I'm sure if this gets out there, I'm sure it'll be won't really be a contest. That would be my guess, but
Well, the Devils can really get
maybe it's
behind some guys, can't they?
they can. Yeah, the UK fan can they can get involved for sure. I don't know the right word for that, but they jump on the bandwagon pretty quick with this kind of thing.
Well, they can, but like it was a bit of a frustrating season for me with Mosey. There weren't enough Kit Kats. I was unimpressed.
Really?
Yeah, there wasn't enough, man. He was
Wow.
getting like a couple a game, like a couple. That's not enough. There's not enough
I
games if
think
you're only getting a couple a game. That's not good enough. You got to play better.
the
That's why they didn't
se-
win any trophies. Not enough Kit Kats.
the season I was there, we had like a bag in the room,
Right.
and it just could not be emptied. And I don't know if like the rules possibly changed like in the building. I have no idea. So I'm not gonna
It's not up
chirp
to me.
anyone for not throwing candy bars because I don't know the rules. But
Well, you're back
I would
now. The
assume
rules have to change, and
Todd likes to
Mosey
have
better be
fun. So
back. Mosey better be back. Todd knows how to have fun. He's going to keep his hands off our people.
no, they've been excellent. Honestly, since we've left, like Todd and the whole front office there, like it has been very nice, and we've kept in touch over the last 2 years, and obviously it shows that we're willing to come back, and they're willing to have us. That everything that happened is under the bridge, and
Nobody burned any bridges, you could say.
yeah, I think we used someone else as a bit of a scapegoat on both sides, I'm sure. So, but we're happy to be back, and like I said in my little post there, like feels like we're coming home. So it'll be good. And I'm not going to say who's all announced yet, so I can't really even say who's got kids on the team and how excited we are to have a group. But
Right.
I'm sure she will have plenty of little kids to look at.
And that's what's cool for me to see with the Devils is like obviously they have a bigger budget than when I played, and they were just getting started with the new owners. But when I first arrived, Marshy had a kid the first year I was there while I had my daughter. But at the start of the season, it was really only my son ripping around. And man, like when there was only one, he really was the star of the show. But now there's so many kids because they got a bigger budget, they can afford established hockey players that have kids, and I love that stuff because I love seeing the kids on the ice. Some of my favorite memories are having my kids on the ice. And because I'm such a creepy stalker over here and the hockey world keeps me engaged. You're Collins' first time on the ice. I'm getting sent photos immediately when she's on the ice for the first time.
Oh yeah, yeah. Fit in the
But
glove back then. I don't know if you'd fit in the glove now. Chunky monkey over here.
hopefully she can still fit in the trophy come season's end.
Yeah, we'll stick her upside down.
I can't wait to see you
Put
guys
her
win this
broccoli
year.
top in there.
So with all this chocolate throwing fun, obviously, you started it all, and then Mosey got the Kit Kats going in Sheffield. But obviously, you know about the chocolate storm in Manchester. And I heard their coach, he wins coach of the year his second year. It's a chocolate throwing craze. Manchester Storm's a buzz, and then they say he's head to North America somewhere. He hasn't told me
Oh,
where.
really?
Yeah, he's
Oh, good for him.
no, he's going somewhere, but he won't tell me where yet. But anyways, they just got a new coach, and it's like, do you like having fun? Like, do you like chocolate? Because it's happening either way. Because we started a tradition here in Manchester, and I don't care what you think.
Oh, good for Ginner. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know where it's
A
going
head
though.
coaching job, I would assume, or
Well, I don't know. He just won Coach of the Year in the EIHL in his second full year of being a head coach. You would think
yeah,
he could get some stuff, right? That's how hockey works,
you would hope so.
right?
You would hope so.
Mm-hmm. I liked that he supported me and trusted me to chat with all his players and get chocolate thrown on the ice and start a tradition, right? Because hockey's fun when people throw chocolate on the ice, isn't it?
Yeah, celebrating is usually fun in general, but
Right.
you get thrown candies, it's throws a little bit more percentage up there for sure.
Well, shout out to if this is their name, Dia Vada in Herning. That keeps me up to date
Yeah.
with all things Blue Foxes. But they sent
Oh
me
yeah.
a lot of videos of you celebrating and pregame rituals. But the jumping
Oh.
into the glass, that's coming back to Cardiff, right? I like that when you go jump in the
Yeah.
glass and there's Twix all over the ice. That's fun.
Yeah, we'll see if they with my injuries this year, we'll see if
Let you.
they allow me to do that kind of thing. But I kind of got thrown a little bit of a tough year, first time in my career, but I'm about 90% already, so nothing too crazy, but stay
Um,
healthy would probably be the number one goal next year.
right. And you know what? I can take
Ooh,
things hard. I can be a bit hard on myself sometimes. And I really did not like that you came to the shed before the Continental Cup for a shed boost and then got hurt the next day and then didn't play. That
yeah,
was the opposite of the
yeah, that
shed
was
boost.
tough.
And I'm sorry.
That was yeah, that was the opposite. But maybe it was just a long game shed boost to get me back to Cardiff.
I think that's what it was. It was the hockey gods toying with us again. And it was like, well, watch this. He's going to get injured, not play against his former team. And then everybody's going to see what he meant in Cardiff, Wales, when I'm getting sent photos of little girls crying because you gave them a puck. And then I saw a photo of you and Miley, shed guys, no shed gals, right?
Oh yeah,
But yeah, it was pretty cool when you went back to Cardiff to see what fans still thought of you, even though you were in on the Blue Foxes, right?
yeah. It was pretty cool environment just to go back to, and like everyone obviously talks to you and says good things, and so it was a fun little weekend for sure. I wish I would have played.
Yeah.
Maybe wouldn't have had as much fun off the ice if I was playing, but I definitely would have. I much rather played and had a bit more fun on the ice. But
Yeah.
no, it was good to come back and see everyone and just kind of little reminders of what it was like before we left. But yeah, we're happy to be back there.
And I guess when you did go down, it's like teams in the EIHL now, a lot of teams have basically two starters. You were like you normally were, you had the net and it was your squad, and then you got hurt. And then for the Continental Cup, they were throwing in like an 18-year-old, Freddie Anderson's little brother.
Yeah, Valdemar Anderson. I thought he had a like obviously getting chucked in there as an 18-year-old tough. But we didn't, as a team, we weren't playing very well at that point in time either, so we didn't help the cause. And even when we got back from the Continental Cup, like we just weren't playing the right style of hockey for us to be winning games consistently. And he played well. We obviously didn't get a lot of wins, but he played well, in my opinion, from a goalie standpoint. And just needed a little bit more help from our teammates. But
Right.
he got drafted by Green Bay in the USHL, so I think he's headed there for a season, hopefully.
Well, that's a good
So all
opportunity.
things turned positive for him too. So happy for him to do that, and then hopefully he can stick it out there and get some games, a little few more games in here, hopefully, and kind of move on with his career a bit higher up the totem pole.
Um, I'm starting to realize as we talk here how long I've been doing this for. Because you
Yeah,
were on Cardiff, then you left for 2 seasons. Now you're going back,
yeah,
and like I've been doing it this whole time. So,
a lot
folks,
of episodes. What episode is this season?
I don't I don't know, 387-ish with a couple half episodes in there, but yeah. So I have an idea, and folks can judge me if they want. That's fine. I am who I am, and I say what I think. I've done a lot of time in here. I've done a lot of hours. I've raised some money for some good things. I've been trying to sponsor Critch, and that bill's almost paid. So, new plan. Hopefully, Mac, you don't have an issue with this. But I've ordered some jerseys with some Shed Legends names and numbers on the back. And I'm going to make the fans compete in the UK. And then after the raffles, I can have money to buy hats and shirts and do fun stuff, right?
There you go. I still need to get that practice jersey off you.
It's ordered. It's a real one.
Okay.
It's not really a practice one. Hopefully Peter likes it because you better wear it to practice.
Well, I'm wearing it all summer, so
Well, hopefully you get to wear it during the season too, because that'd be fun. Fun is fun,
yeah.
but they'll probably make you wear
I'm
a
sure we'll get
Devils
some.
one. What a joke.
Sure, we'll get some photos going.
But yeah, so I wouldn't you think like the UK fans can get behind their own players, and I found it funny that like Cardiff and Sheffield fans were trying to win a Two Ales jersey to sponsor the Storm because I think that's hockey and we're all on the Shed team. But what if we did 3 raffles at once? Say one jersey was like an 11 Critchlow, Two Ales and Hockey Tales, a Carruth 30, and then like say a 6 Tansy, and then we make the 3 teams compete and see who can raise the most money.
Pansy's like kind of got himself a little bit of a roll over there, eh?
Oh, they are loving him over there, man. They were talking about he's like he only played 1 season and they were talking like he's the best defenseman in Sheffield history.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Believe it came out of Simsey's
Okay.
mouth.
Okay. Good for Simsy.
Hmm. Having his brother's back, that's good. And they did win all 3 trophies, so I guess they did pretty good.
Yeah. Winning all three is a good thing.
Hmm. But yeah, I think those will be the next raffles whenever these jerseys come in. And the last 2
Yeah,
raffle
that'd be
winners,
fun.
I have to get them a Walton 18 one. So better get those over to them because lost my jersey maker guy.
I did
Anyways.
get a couple. I did get a couple messages from Tansy with some not so nice words to me when I signed. So we'll see how that goes.
Well, he likes to muck it up, and so do you. Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, I told him I wasn't too concerned. So we'll see how that goes.
uh you know who else you guys have signed though? Gleason Fournier, the Swan. Do you know him?
Yeah, he's heard rumors he's pretty good at hockey, so that's good.
He is good at hockey. Very good at hockey. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know all the Devils that have played, and I know that Crawford's pretty good that's been there, but Hoth and Fournier are the best I've seen. So,
Yeah, he's a D man, eh?
hmm the Swan. He skates through
Yeah.
the neutral zone like a swan. His upper body is still, and his legs are under the water. And he just skates by everybody, and he doesn't even look like he's trying.
There we go.
Yeah, he's one of those
His
guys you don't like to bag skate with because he makes you look bad and feel bad.
his fiance lives in Cardiff, does she not?
Yeah, that's the rumor I heard. Yeah, because he'll be at Ben
Okay.
Davis's testimonial. Hmm.
Yeah, nasty rumor going around. Might have started here. Who knows? But
Hmm.
what are you doing?
You're really good at this dadding thing, eh? Like you've been able to multitask this whole time.
Yeah. Well, it's super hot in here, so I might have to dish her off quickly here.
So
Yeah,
what have you been
I like
doing
her.
and
I'll keep her.
what have you been doing since the season's been over?
Um, I've been rehabbing mostly. And it's too hot in here, I think.
What are you changing a diaper?
No, she's just getting sweaty. I don't want her to overheat in here. But I've been rehabbing mostly, and then yeah, got on like as soon as I got hurt, I kind of got on the beers a bit heavy, so and
Right.
rehabbing and hitting the cardio up.
That happened to
But
me when I
back to
got hurt
normal
too.
now, which yeah, it's a slippery slope. But just hanging out. It's been crazy nice here in Denmark. Like you guys go off Celsius and everywhere else in the world, right? So it's been like 25 and no clouds in the sky for the last probably week and a half.
Well, that's nice. That's living.
Yeah, so just been enjoying the patios a bit, and then
You're getting
keeping the
back to
sunscreen on.
Jackson Hole though, eh?
Yeah, it's my wife and I were talking about it on our walk yesterday. Was it's always so nice when we leave Europe in May because we stay for an extra month usually every year. So it's always so nice. It's like 25 degrees, always sunny, and then we get back home, either Calgary or Jackson Hole, and it's like borderline snowing. So it's a
Really?
little bit of a shock to the system, but
It sure ain't snowing here.
no, no. My in-laws sent a picture in the group message like 2 weeks ago. It was snowing in Calgary, so
Yuck. That's
yeah.
gross.
I like the cold though. I'm sweating already, so I could
Um,
go for a good rainstorm right now.
yeah, I can overheat myself. So if Cardiff's listening to me, I don't know if they are anymore. I hope they are. Next guys I'd like announced. Well, I guess if they haven't announced Bouncy, I'm hoping he's back, but I actually don't know. But the goat better be back. It's nearly a testimonial year coming up here, folks. That would be something. Richie, Batchy, all the shed guys, and Dougie. Let's get some announcements going here,
Yeah.
folks. Shed guys. You already got Forens coming back, Riley Brandt. We're building a whole nother squad of shed guys again. And then we need Mosey again, obviously. They haven't announced him
Yeah,
if he's coming back. Jeepers, they got a lot of announcing shit to do. Let's go here, folks.
they're really just slowing it down a bit, eh?
They
They had
do
a
all the
few
time,
right off
man.
the hop.
When I was in Cardiff, finishing the MBA or whatever, so I was there longer than most. Man, I couldn't tell people for quite some time, and like I'm not very good at keeping my mouth shut, obviously.
I'm going to I think I'm going. Like I've been invited by Todd. I haven't heard from any of the owners yet, but I'm going to the summit there in July in Calgary. We're going to be around Calgary that time. We might
Stampede.
just might just extend our trip. So hopefully, I'm sure they are saving a few announcements for then. But
Right, that is their honey hole there. Yeah, they have a time at the Stampede and have fun being owners of a hockey team. Lucky guys.
I wouldn't mind, if they are listening, I wouldn't mind going to a few chuck wagon races with a couple like Coors Lights or Bud Lights. Just
Right.
just
Well,
throwing
yeah.
out. If you want to invite me to something, I do love a good chuck wagon race. It's my favorite event. So
The Chuck Wagon race is your favorite event. I've actually never been to a Stampede.
really,
I
yeah,
don't
like the
think
covered
so.
wagons with the 4 team horses doing figure eights going around. Crazy.
And they're all racing at the same time?
Yeah, I think there's a team of 4 horses pulling a wagon, and there's 4 teams, and then you have outriders, like just people on normal horses. They have to do the figure eight as well, but everyone does their own figure eight, and then they go around this big like horse track and across the line, and there's like different like point systems for everything. But
Um, what's bringing me back now that we're talking and your kids there is I remember when you got married and I saw the video of you lassoing. Wasn't it your wife and you guys came into the wedding and you like actually made the shot?
that was my sister's wedding. Yeah, that was their intro for the. What did they do now? The intros for
So
the
it
wedding
wasn't your
party into
yeah, it
the.
wasn't your first time lassoing someone, was it?
No, I learned that, and I don't know if I said this before. Like everyone that was there in Jackson, obviously like ranches or rodeos. So like majority of the people I like coach are like team ropers. So they like get one of them gets the calf roped up and the other one hits the back legs and then whatever. So I had like probably 4 or 5 people telling me what I should be doing 30 minutes prior to that video being taken. So I felt like I was like I'm still terrible, but I felt like I could still do it.
Well, that's a
Had
lot of
practice
pressure and
for
you made the
15
shot.
minutes. Made the shot. The wife might have helped me out a little bit with the hands on the air, but no,
That's
it was.
good.
I thought it was good.
Yeah, it was good.
It got a lot of views online, so
Yeah, no, it was good.
I thought it
I
was
was
going to go
surprised.
viral. But not all of us can be. Not all of us can be famous.
Uh, well, you know what we haven't brought up is the end of the season in Herning, other than you got hurt at the Continental Cup, but then you did make a comeback. But obviously, as in Europe, they do when their starting goalie gets hurt, they got to bring a guy in. If when they just have one 18-year-old, they got to bring in another guy. So small world as they brought in lily pads, Thomas Lily, the guy that was like our 17-year-old back up until playoffs, and then we brought in an older fellow for the playoff run, but he has a gold helmet with me. Now he's all grown
Yeah,
up, I
I know
guess.
he's a good guy. He was a good partner down the stretch there. And then yeah, obviously I got hurt during playoffs and he had to take over, and I thought he did okay. So just a bit of unfortunate bounces there for us against your old team there.
Yeah, they did win it there, and their first year head coach, Anders Forster, that I won with. I guess they won the Pokal and the thing, right? And the real deal. They won both.
Yeah. They brought in a Swedish goalie like the day of the Pokal, like the final four, and then he just kind of went on a run.
I heard he was
Um,
good.
but yeah, wish I was healthy. Might end up differently. You never know.
Yeah. Getting injured is the worst thing ever. It was my toughest days, man, in hockey in my career was when I was hurt.
Yeah, it's not the most fun, but
Mm. Well, that I guess Anders, Foz, I guess he has like a coaching career now, right? You become the interim coach and then win 2 championships in your first year. I guess you're officially a coach in pro hockey.
yeah, you would think they're signing him back. I assume they are, but I haven't heard anything.
Well, that Herning team sure switches coaches a lot, eh? Like you guys went to the finals, switched a coach, and then I mean, their starting goalie got hurt last year when you were having a time, and the first shed boost worked, and you guys were in first place after a tough start or whatever, and then you got hurt, and now they have another new coach. It's hard to have some
Yeah,
stability when you have 3 new coaches in 3 years, but I don't want to upset anybody. I'm just saying what I think.
yeah, you can say whatever you want.
I can because I'm
Um,
retired, and that's scary for every team out there. You better
yeah,
treat
but
my guys right.
yeah, the coach they have just signed. He won with Alberg all those years in a row, like recently.
Right, and
So I
I
think,
remember him when he was like Canada's captain in the World Juniors way back when. Did you just freeze on me? Game back on. Phone didn't overheat too hard.
Oh no, yeah,
And
it's
we're
gonna
indoors.
it's in the refrigerator now, so we'll see how that goes.
Um, looks like a nice spot they gave you there in Herning.
Oh yeah, we got big yard for the dog, and oh yeah, we got it all going on.
And you already got a setup in Cardiff for next year?
Yeah, when I went and dropped a couple bags off there, fortunate enough, some things worked out, and we could drop it off in the place we're staying. So
Kind of area we talking Cardiff Bay, my old honey hole? Or are you a fancy
yeah,
boy in
close to the
Penarth?
bay. I don't know if it's in Penarth. It's like on the outskirts of Penarth, maybe.
I love Cardiff Bay. It's my honey hole favorite place.
Yeah, I got a new breakfast spot on that side. The galley, good little
Mm.
spot. Yeah.
Being a hockey player is fun when you can like just go for breakfast and lunches and stuff, and you don't like work all day.
Little different lifestyle for sure.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know what we were talking about when your phone overheated. Do you?
I've been full on panic mode trying to get this laptop going. So
Well,
you're definitely
so speaking of how long we've been doing this and all the fun that's been had, there's been legs and eggs shirts made. There's been shed boost shirts made. There's been chocolate thrown all over the place. Mosey got a microwave cheeseburger to fire his whole thing up, right? That was cool. Barry the Baguette brought him a microwave cheeseburger, I believe, and that's all fun. But how strange this whole shed family works and how passionate fans can be is there is a muffin mitts tattoo of me on a person in the world, and that same person has now asked you to officiate their wedding.
Yeah, yeah.
So are you asking for a restraining order, or are you going to do it?
I think I already said yes. So yeah, I don't know. I've never done one before, so I'll have to do some research.
Well,
Research
I've never been tattooed on a
on it.
guy either, so
Yeah, yeah. Apparently there's my number's going on a tattoo there too, so we'll see.
well, fun is fun, folks. If you want to get tattoos about hockey, feel free, right? It makes me
Yeah.
laugh every time. I don't even need a restraining order because he's on the other side of the world.
Oh, I think he's a good guy. He messaged me a few times, so
No, he is a good guy. And his gal climbed all the way to the top of that mountain there. What's it? Pontifan something? You know the big mountain people climb where there's like a sign at the top of the mountain? Anyways, they
where
went up there with a 2 L's and hockey tails flag in Wales. She went up
mountains in
there
there.
and took a photo at the top of, I think it's called Penny. And I'm gonna sound stupid. I shouldn't have talked about this, but they brought a flag up there, and it's pretty cool to see a 2 L's and hockey tails flag at like the top of the world. You know,
Top of Wales.
top of Wales. Keep up the good work, everybody. Fun is fun. But hey, the person in Herning that is your biggest fan sent me a bunch of videos of you and pictures. I'm like your creepy stalker over here.
Oh yeah.
But you have a pregame ritual where you have like 2 pucks and you bang your stick in between 2 pucks by the red line. Is that a thing?
I think I just shoot 2 pucks. I don't know exactly what I do in between that and whatever, but
Yeah, they showed me the bang your stick in between 2 pucks and then shoot the 2 pucks and told me that's your pregame ritual. Whether you want to admit it or not, they watch you. They're always watching.
yeah, I guess they know probably better than I do what I do.
Yeah, I always did the same
Like
thing.
you just do things and you just don't even think about it. But
Well, isn't it weird as the hockey season goes along? Like, come the end, even every player had like warm-ups, like everybody does the exact same thing. Everybody stands in the exact same spot in line.
yeah,
Everybody
you get in a
does.
flow. It's good.
It's weird, right?
Yeah.
Got to get in your flow by the end of it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So the Moose, how'd they do this year? The Jackson Hole Moose, my favorite team in that league, by a mile, because I wear my swag with pride.
I think they did all right. Like probably not like my dad would rather win every single game, obviously, but I think they did all right. I think they lost like probably more games than they have in a long time, but they're also
That's
bringing
not
in
fun.
like some pretty like decent teams now, like decent. I think they bring in like it's not men's leagues teams, but like high end like men's league teams. Like
Because they
Shrimpy,
just, is it a league or they play some random? Because they played the cops and stuff, right?
yeah, they use so yeah, that was just to raise money. Your yeah, the not the fire department, I think it was the cops, but um they do a lot of like charity and stuff, and then they play like these Yeti, like the Yeti team that's all over the internet these days that Diamond Hands played for a bit. That guy that's all over Instagram. But
Diamond Hands.
yeah, he plays for I want to say Cincinnati or Fort Wayne or somebody now. Like this guy just beats the wheels off people and has like a podcast and stuff. And
Oh,
yeah, that's his name. He was like on the Danbury Trashers podcast recently too. So um
well, they're the Yetis. I'm guessing that's like the mugs and coolers and everything. I bet you they got some money to pay people to come play for them.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know their sponsor, but yeah, it's they're decent. And then obviously the charity game with the FDNY or the cops, maybe I'm not sure which one, but um they get some pretty good squads coming in. Then like Rob Shrimp played them a few times with like some team in Texas that brings in like ex guys like Shrimpy.
Just for a
So
weekend, just to have some fun and muck it
oh
up.
yeah. Hey, you want to go skiing for a weekend and play a couple hockey games and drink a ton of beer, then yeah, okay, come on.
Come on. Well, I did see that your fellow from back there, AJ Sanders, they retired his jersey. Getting your jersey retired in hockey is fun.
Yeah, Jersey retired. Yeah, most points ever in a Moose jersey, maybe goals even too. I don't know, but yeah, I got a call from them. So my dad, like all the guys that got retired, all the guys that retired this year, he sent them to Arizona for like a weekend. And
Come
then he
on.
went down there, paid for their bar tabs for a bit. And then my dad had to get back and they wanted to like golf their way back to Wyoming. So we like gave him a couple.
Oh,
He gave him a wallet or two to like pay for their golf on the way home.
sounds like a
So
type of team you want to play for.
yeah, he treated him pretty well, I think. So and oh, he bought him brand new drivers as well, all three of them. So
Oh, that sounds like a pretty good deal. Not many hockey teams are
yeah,
doing anything like that for me.
no, I know. He doesn't pay him, I guess, so like he feels he can do that kind of thing. But
Right. Well, seems like they got a bit of a fan base around there. Fans are liking them.
yeah, they sell out pretty good. Like not sell out, but they get about I don't know 2,000 a night. I don't know. Don't get me in trouble with the fire department there, but yeah, about 2,000 a night. So
You got anything to talk about today? Will I look if I had anything else to talk about?
no, how the Canucks do?
Oh, you don't know? We're the champions. We beat everybody.
I do. I do. I've only seen it on your Instagram every
I'm
day.
pretty sure everybody knows because I'm telling everybody. Just because my old man told me before my kids started minor hockey, he said, just remember, nobody's ever going to care about your own kids' minor hockey. And I'm like, yeah, well, I'm still going to tell everybody because that's my team now.
Oh, it's
But
good.
yeah, we won every playoff game and it was crazy, man. We were winning overtime games. We were coming back in third periods, last minute buzzer beaters. Like, man, those kids, like the way they dug down
Roller
deep
coaster.
and found a way every time, it was like the most magical hockey ride I've ever been on.
How's still the same goalie?
Yeah, Noxie, the guy you met
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we started all the Twix and you came on and met Noxie. So I've coached him 2 years and I've gone to all Ontario's both years. And this time we won her all.
There you go. He still the only goalie, or do you have two?
He was our only goalie, really, but we had an AP that Lenny, he came with us and more than could have played, but he was on the team below and was there for support if we needed him. But Noxie played every game and played great.
There you go.
Yeah, but I got the team for next year, but my son was the first year, so Noxie will be moving up, and basically the whole team will be except for 3. So it'll be a whole different crew of kids, and I plan on going back to back and showing everybody that we're gonna do it.
There you go.
Right?
It's weird. Yeah. I thought everyone just stayed with their age group these days. I didn't know that they did that still.
That's it. Yeah, it was. It's totally different here because it's a totally different team each year with the 2 age groups together. Apparently, it's going to change after this year. Rumor has it this is the last year of the Kincardine Canucks, and be pretty neat to go back to back and then be done with it. Right?
You can never go back from that.
Right. That would be pretty historical.
You're only as good as your last game, they say.
Right. Well, and if you got like I want to see it because I'm now coaching the boys that a lot of them I was with 2 years ago, and I can't wait to get a crack at trying to win this with the boys I've been with since they were puppies.
Yeah. I think I'm sure the kids probably loved having you as a coach, so I'm not sure anyone's complaining.
Well, I don't know. I think we had fun. They had fun shaving my head, and we dyed our hair and got
Dying it, I
mullets.
saw. Yeah.
Yeah, really looked good going to work a few times this year. Good thing everybody has a sense of humor there too. Looking much more business professional now, though.
Are you? Are you just buzzed it or what?
Yeah, well, the boys did. Yeah, we had a pool party. A couple of my fellas shaved my head again.
Nice.
Yeah, I had to clean it up. I had to get rid of the blonde. It had been a month. I had milked it, right?
Could have just been blonde. You never know. It fit right in. Didn't look awkward at all.
Yeah. Anywho, well, I think that by the way, you threw me for a whole loop there, dude. When you wrote to me and like obviously I only would post anything that's allowed to go out, but you said I'm going back to the UK and it's going to be a new honey hole for the shed maybe, and I'm like, a new honey hole for the shed? I'm like, what's that mean? And then I saw that Corey Nielsen signed in Glasgow, and I'm like, oh, so wasn't he his coach in Whitewater?
Yeah.
And I started thinking you were going to Glasgow, and I was like, holy moly, that's weird. Now you're gonna be playing the Devils. I don't need that in my life. And then they signed some goalie, and then I'm like, oh, so where is he going? I'm so much happier you're coming back to Cardiff. That's where we're supposed to be.
Yeah. Well, anyone that messaged me, obviously there's some rumors going around how things get out in the UK so quickly before I even know about some things. Is baffling to me. I don't know. There's some rats living in that country, just ratting people out left and right. But apparently snitches don't get stitches there. But no, every single person that messaged me, I'm like, yeah, we'll see. Like, I don't know. Corey was a really good coach. Like Glasgow's seems like a good place to be now. New owners, blah 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 blah. Or like Sweden, and I did have like looks in Sweden, but just never panned out. But yeah, I think it took I didn't sign until very recently before that announcement, like maybe 4 days before the announcement was like when I knew I had signed. So then I sent out a tweet like 2
Didn't
months
you send
ago.
something out about Go Devils?
Yeah, just stirring the pot up. Like
I
I was
love
in,
stirring the pot. That's so
yeah,
much fun. You,
I was
what made you think to post that? Because of
I was
Mosey?
injured and
Because
just
of the
like was
boys?
watching the NHL like late night, and I'm like, and the Devils, like New Jersey Devils, now had my head coach in Portland as their head coach. So I was just kind of like watching, like he's the interim head coach. Um, but so I was watching that big line brawl, and I'm like, wouldn't it be funny if I posted "Let's go Devils"? Because obviously there's like two Devils. Like, I'm sure there's more than two Devils teams, but
Yeah, there's two we know
and
of.
then leave it for at least a day and just see what happens.
Oh, I love that. That's funny. That's just
And then
plain hockey.
the next morning I just posted like the clip of the line brawl with like Rempe and all those guys. But
I, I bet you even like people were writing to the Blue Fox like brass saying, "What is this? What is he writing? Why is it out there?" That's funny. Stirring the
yeah,
pot can be fun, can it?
yeah, it got a lot of traction, but now like I mean, it aged well, like because obviously like I am a devil now, but it didn't age well for like the joke that I had planned. But
Mm. Well, I thought it was funny. I can't wait to see how much chocolate hits the ice in the home opener next season. I mean, I got some time to milk this one. It's kind of like when you guys were going through COVID and had no fans, then we had Buenos for the boys and had a few weeks to milk it before the fans came back. And there was a lot of chocolate at Twix and Buenos that night, right?
yeah, it'll be really interesting. Like I said, I don't know the rules in the old what's the new Vindico arena, so we'll see.
Well,
Sneak 'em in.
I can't imagine any of the Cardiff Devils fans wants the Blue Foxes of Herning out competing them in the crowd.
No, no.
I wouldn't want that. If I don't want that in the shed, I want Cardiff to beat them. I want them to throw more Twix on the ice than Herning did.
Yeah.
And if you don't,
Now
be
that I
better, right? Like, come on, let's play.
now that I'm not a Herning Blue Fox, absolutely. I'm a devil now, so
That's
we're
how it
winning. We're
works,
winning all
right?
day. Yeah. I'll buy some just to throw them out there myself if makes it more.
And I sure hope Mosey's back and the Kit Kats get going too, right? We wouldn't want him left out, right? We would
Yeah,
want Twix
it
and
would be
Kit
the first time
Kats.
we played together in a long time, so that would be nice. But
Would that be the first time since like the Wenatchee Wild?
since Rockford Ice Hogs,
Oh, right. You guys played there too, eh?
yeah,
Mm.
cup of coffee.
You're still not afraid to get topless on the ice, eh? My creepy
Oh, I
stalker shed family out there sent me a few photos of you topless, and that started way back in Wenatchee, didn't it? I guess if you got
yeah.
it, flaunt it, right?
Well, at the end of the game, I'm so sweaty, and then when like they come in, like the brass comes in and go, "Hey, the fans want you back out there."
Hmm.
Like I already go through 5 t-shirts a game or 4, I guess,
You're a
if it's
sweater.
not overtime. Just sweating, like impossible to put wet clothes back on, obviously.
Oh yeah, that's gross.
So like by the time they come in, I'm already topless. Plus, you know, I got
If
a
you got it,
crazy hairy chest, so it doesn't even matter. Like it might as well be wearing a shirt my entire life.
you're already
And
wearing a sweater,
yeah, already wearing one. And so I'm just like, yeah, screw it.
right?
Going out
I,
there.
I didn't really get topless on the ice. I waited till after my career and did it in the crowd, spray painted. Um, but
Yeah, I think you gotta work hard in the summer, you know? If
right.
you want to go topless on the ice, you gotta work hard in the summer.
That's where I went wrong. Well, I don't know what else I got today. I'm really excited you're back, and I hope this gets completely carried away now, like
The
completely carried away. Enough's enough.
like overboard.
It's not like let's push the envelope, folks, just like I did all the time, and I still do. Let's make it rain.
I'm sure.
Uh,
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, obviously we need to win first, so
right, because
it's
that's
too
the only
overboard.
time you get chocolate is by earning it, right?
You gotta earn it.
Curious what's going to go on in Manchester with this new coach. Is he going to come to the shed? Is he going to support the chocolate? You know,
So who's the new coach? Was his name?
um,
Bit of an older gentleman by the looks of the.
Flanagan.
Yeah.
Yeah, the research team fired him up and got in there, and he actually coached Ginner back in the coast in Atlanta, and I saw that connection. And I also saw that he's been assistant coach for John Cooper quite a bit in his career, so that's pretty good.
So he doesn't mess around, eh? All right.
Yeah, you'd think he knows some good coaches.
So the biggest home ice advantage in the league just got a little bit tougher to play.
Well, they do get inspired by the chocolate around there.
Playing
But so do you guys.
That rink is just wild.
It is. It's like playing back in the Elmira Sugar Things arena back in junior for me. It's a tiny little barn where you just muck it right up.
A shot from the red line in that building is like a scoring chance. It's insane.
Yeah, every
Absolutely
shot's a good one.
wild.
Get her on net.
I've heard they're like getting a new building though,
I heard something about that too. Yeah.
like an actual like arena, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah. All I want to do is finish paying my bill once we have these new raffles, and I'll finish paying my bill, Finner. And then all I want is the gosh darn jersey in my shed with the Two Ales and Hockey Tales logo on it, right? It's like I need that because that's the first time ever in the world that a podcast has sponsored a pro hockey player. And you're telling me I don't have that jersey in the shed? Right? Doesn't make sense to me. You know? Just thinking out loud. By the way, though, I did try to sponsor. This was before I knew you were coming back. I did try to sponsor a player's jersey that I don't know if he's coming back. I just assume he is. And I've been priced out of the market in Cardiff.
Have you?
Yeah, it's too much. It's too much to sponsor a jersey. And I tried. I asked the questions. I sniffed down that path, and
we don't have to say he's coming back because we don't know, but he was there already. So who were you trying to get?
Well, I mean, you'd want to get somebody you'd spray paint your back for, and
Okay. Martin.
Yeah, well, my goat.
88. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So like it would have looked cool with the Two Ales and Hockey Tales logo right above his name and number, like it was spray painted on my back. Years later, it'd be cool if it was on his jersey, but when I asked the questions, it was a lot more than Manchester's sponsorship. And when you do this voluntarily and don't make money doing this, it's pretty hard to pay those bills.
I can assume him being, like I've heard, fan favorite every year he's ever been there and strapped on skates and left and come back and whatever.
It's a tough jersey to get.
I'm sure he would be pretty lights out for what they're willing to charge, I would say. I don't know if they charge different for each guy, but
I don't know if they charge different for each guy, but it would make sense too, because obviously there's certain guys you want. But I don't know how that works, because rumor has it they could probably charge more because they got like a waiting list of jersey sponsors at the price they're at. So I'm gonna have to have fun a different way, and I'm thinking I'll do the raffles and make hats and shirts, and then you know what? Maybe some shed legends will get some presents in the mail every once in a while if people support these raffles, right?
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Sounds like you got a little baby that's freaking out, so I might have to get going here.
All right, bud. Well,
what you want to talk about?
Thanks for making the time, and we'll be in contact now. And it's game on, folks. Season opener. Have your Twix ready, and if Mosey's there, bring your Kit Kats and Buenos if Dougie's there. Buenos for the boys. Don't forget about that, right? Let's make it rain.
All right, thanks, buddy.
Okay, buddy. And welcome back. Go Shed family.
Yeah, thanks. Go Devils.
And this has been another episode of Two Ales and Hockey Tales with Mac and Wally.